Just have to cut the first part out if you can figure out.
Well, it fucking went smooth the first time.
I know.
The first
great.
4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to episode 4, take
9, 10.
25.
Getting closer to 100.
We are one step at a time.
So, a couple cool things to talk about. First thing being, we have a featured fixture.
Yeah. This has kind of evolved into a 3-man podcast. Cody Dent here, although he does still shit on the carpet sometimes, will not leave the fucking house.
Haven't moved. Been here all week.
Yeah. We found him outside rummaging around the woods just about 2 hours ago. Had some leaves in his hair and his mouth, and we were like, "Hey, bro,
It's cold outside.
it's cold.
Yeah,
Why
you
don't
gotta come
fucking
inside.
It's dangerous out there. It's deer hunting season. I can't be running around like
He was
that.
trying to find a doe to fuck.
No traffic violations in the woods. That's
Oh.
all I'm saying.
I took it to a whole new level there.
So,
Homeless to bestiality.
Dirtiest podcast yet. Let's
hey,
get it
there
going.
we go. This one's rated R
Yeah.
for all you family friendly.
Do not
folks.
listen if you're below, what, 11?
Not suitable for work.
11? What type of childhood did you have? 11?
Well, we can get into that on another podcast.
You familiar with the phrase PG-13?
No.
That's referring to 13 years of
Was
age.
that Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
So, first thing I wanted to cover was we got a sponsor for the podcast from now on. Yeah, that's Narkill Fitness.
Ooh, that's me.
That is.
Hey. Well, that's really has become all of us. It was a name that I have not developed, but kind of acquired, which you will not learn a story about yet. And since we started doing all this cool stuff in the community, it has kind of just enveloped all of us. So we're gonna roll with it moving forward, I think. And like you said before, what else are we gonna maybe do?
We can maybe adjust it to say like Narkill programming or Narkill something that keeps the original wording, but changes it to involve everything that we have going on
right. And call me crazy, but Narkill Fitness, Narkill Fitness is out of the book because there's something about the word fitness. You know what I mean? If I'm just gonna say it.
Do it.
If there's fit on the end of your Instagram name, you're fucking dumb. You're dumb. Like, why do you have to put fit on the end of your
I don't
name
know.
to
Unless you're a woman.
associate yourself? I mean, whatever. And I guess
Yeah.
it's not everybody that's dumb, but if I see fit on the end of your name, I'm like, okay, here we go again. Let me see some of those barbell curls. Man.
Yeah, this is how you do a barbell.
Curl your fucking arm.
Bends his arm.
Yeah. Anyhow.
All right. So just a quick little recap. The Veterans Day workout at CrossFit Zanesville was last Sunday. It was pretty cool.
It was fucking fun.
It was
awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that some people reached out to me that were beginners. I don't know if you reached out to me or Ryan or Cody with interest about this workout. You didn't come. You didn't, and we're not mad at you. We hope that you'll come in the future. But it would have been a great opportunity because everybody that came was an experienced exerciser, and experiencing CrossFit, and it was really, what was cool about that is it was like we brought some gyms together, the people that don't work out together but are experienced CrossFitters, and we had a really good time. And it would have been a great opportunity for anybody that's new.
Sure.
Because everybody is so welcoming, and as we've said 100 times before, hey, Cody, do we give a fuck if you can lift lots of weights?
Literally not at all.
No. Do we give a fuck if you're like super fast and really good at everything?
0.
No, not even one bit. So remember that, please, moving forward.
Yeah, and the cool thing is there will be more opportunities to do this.
Yes, and many of them.
Yeah.
We've been so lucky that CrossFit Contour has been so gracious to us, and CrossFit Zanesville. Don't ever forget Y City CrossFit. I mean, for me, that's where this whole journey started.
And he's still hooking us up.
Yeah, and Jeff Tysinger down there, go see him. It is a fucking dope gym, man.
Yeah.
I've spent literally thousands of hours inside that fucking building. Sometimes by myself, sometimes surrounded with friends, and I love that place.
I've been there since the beginning.
Right, yeah.
I help move stuff in there.
Right, yeah. So where are we at now?
So we can release the details of the workout, and what I thought we would do, we'll release them on here. We'll post the workouts on our Facebook page that everybody follows so they can do them. Sergeant Edders and his son did the Marine Corps workout on a separate date and different location. The Marine Corps has a special meaning to them, so they got to do that workout. So we want to give everybody that opportunity as well.
Well, sure, yeah.
So we talk about it a little bit, and we cover the Army first.
Right. Remember, as we move forward here, every one of these workouts is a 20-minute AMRAP, meaning that you work out for 20 minutes solid, and you will have a prescribed number of repetitions, and you will complete those over and over and over again for 20 minutes. And the goal is to do as many as possible.
AMRAP meaning as many rounds as possible.
There you go.
Or as many reps as possible.
But this
or as many
application-
rounds and reps. But
This application as many rounds as possible within the 20 minutes set.
right.
There
Plus
you
the
go.
reps that you would have done if you didn't complete the last round,
Sure.
which is fine. So the Army workout consisted of running, bear crawls, and push-ups. It was a 400-meter run, a 150-meter bear crawl, and 50 push-ups. Remember, we always do these with a partner. It's just fun.
It adds to the experience.
It does.
And you do it with a buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
And like we've said so many times, we don't suffer alone. We don't do any of this stuff alone. And remember that next time if you're worried about coming out, listen, a lot of these times we plan for that, and me, Ryan, Cody, and anybody else that comes out with us that's willing, we make ourselves available to beginners to help you and to make sure you're comfortable through this. So please don't worry about that in the future. So what was the next workout?
Navy workout, which is the one that
Ooh,
Cody
boy.
and I did as partners.
Yeah. And what was that?
We got after it. So 600 meters on the rower, and then 10 pull-ups,
Yep.
20 push-ups, 30 air squats.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And you guys got
we got
5 rounds?
5 rounds.
5 total rounds, starting on round 6 when we ran out of time.
Right. And that's moving pretty good with the 600 meter.
Yeah, we
round.
were almost halfway into the row
Yeah.
on the 6th round.
One pull for a guy that's my height. Yeah. The Marine Corps workout, which is the one that you did with Carl.
Yes, me and my good friend Stephen Carls did the Marine Corps workout, which consisted of 12 deadlifts at 225 pounds, 14 burpees, 20 kettlebell swings at 70 pounds, and then 24 calories on an assault bike. I believe we just made it almost to 8 rounds. I don't know.
It's insane.
Yeah, we made it to
That
8
is
rounds.
an insane
Yeah, it's
amount of work to
work.
do.
Yeah, we took no breaks whatsoever, and when I was done, my legs were like, "Hey, listen, bro,
And
we've
you knew
had
you
enough.
did something.
It's time for you to stop
Sure.
And to add,
and lay down."
even better though, Carl's went and did 20.5 after.
Yeah, shout out to Steve Carls because he waited, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes and then did 20.5, which is one of the CrossFit Open workouts. If you don't know what that is, it's 40 ring muscle ups, 120 wall balls, and 80 calories on a rower. And even more astounding, he beat his time from the night before by about 40 seconds.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is,
impressive.
yeah, the
Those
dude's
workouts
he's a
aren't
freak
easy.
of nature. I don't
Yeah.
know what actually was put into making this motherfucker, but he's a freak of nature. So what was the next one?
Air Force.
Oh, the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was consistent of dumbbell thrusters, dumbbell walking lunge, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. Listen, the full details are going to be posted on the Facebook page.
right.
It's a lot for us to keep track of.
Yeah,
We got a
oh,
lot.
dumbbell push press.
Push
There's a
press,
dumbbell
there you
push press, dumbbell walking lunge, and a dumbbell thruster. I believe it was
a lot of
14
ripping.
reps of
Lots.
each.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on the reps right now. We've been doing this for a while tonight, but just know that we're going to post the entire workout on the page so that you can do it yourself, and if you want to, of course. But what was the third one then, or the last one? I mean, the fourth.
That's it. That's our 4.
Oh well,
That's
I
the
guess
4
I
from
should
the
probably
Veterans Day workout.
I
so.
should probably back up on the sponsored drink.
Yeah. I didn't talk about that in this take. People have
right.
wanted to
That was
know
the 7 takes before.
what was in
Yeah.
this glass, and the answer is whiskey, and the brand is not going to be said because they are not getting me any money. However,
Right,
if
yeah.
they do decide to, I'll
We'll
put a
start
bottle
talking
out
about them
there.
every 10 seconds.
There'll be a bottle right here. There'll be a bottle right there.
Yeah.
There'll be another banner added back here.
Mostly empty, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, that's how they like to be around here.
So some news looking forward. Some bad news. The bad news is the Dayton Police Department had a line of duty death involving Detective DelRio. He died on November 7th, 2019, after 30 years of service with the Dayton Police Department.
Right, and 19 years with the DEA.
Yeah, so the circumstances surrounding his death was that he was serving a search warrant with a DEA team, and he got shot and later succumbed to his wounds at the hospital. But cool thing about him was he was an organ donor, so he actually lives on.
He lives on. He was able to save numerous people's lives through that act, which I was able to go to the funeral. I was given the opportunity by our undisclosed police department to go to this funeral, and they told some pretty touching stories about Detective DelRio and his dedication to the idea of being an organ donor. Guys, I just want to say, if you're a rookie police officer, or if you're a civilian, if you have no connection with police officers at all, I urge you the next time that something this tragic happens, to maybe go and attend it. You've never seen anything like it in your life. I can guarantee you that right now. If you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, or I don't know if I put anything on Facebook that day, but
Sure.
There was a sea of police cars, maybe 4 football fields worth.
And not just from the state of Ohio, right?
No, I eyeballed some from New York, from Kentucky, from Michigan, from Illinois, Indiana. People come from all over to pay their respects to a fallen brother, and it's tragic. It's tragic that this is what brings us all together, but on the other hand, it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful that thousands of cops come from all over to pay their respects to somebody that gave their life in the service of others. And you can watch videos, you can talk about it, you can read about it, but to be there and to experience is a whole nother thing. This is not the first one I've been to, unfortunately, but man, it doesn't ever get less amazing at the turnout and the feelings. Sure. And speaking to the officers that might be watching this, it'll give you a restored sense of, first of all, why the fuck you do this job in the first place.
Sure.
And second of all, it will remind you, because I don't think we talk about complacency all the time. You talk about not being complacent, but it is something that is incredibly hard to battle, because we deal with the same shit all the time. Hey, have you ever served a search warrant?
Yeah.
Have you?
Actual search warrant? I've assisted with the search warrant.
Well, that's the same fucking thing. And you know what? We've done it. And if you do it over and over again, you think,
just another
it's
one.
just another search warrant, no big deal. But you can't do that. You really can't, man. You need to be locked on at all times, no matter what you think or don't think is inside that house or inside that car or inside whatever. And when you go to one of these events, it will definitely remind you of that. It will. And like I said, complacency is hard to fight. It's probably one of the hardest things for us to fight. But
Sure.
One of these things happen.
We're all guilty. I think we're all guilty of it.
Everybody is. It's kind of human nature, right? Because this is our daily routine, so to speak.
Right.
And it just kind of goes hand in hand. You can't be hyper vigilant all the time, and we try to be.
No, there was actually, and I should find that. There was a study that came out a while ago. I don't know who did it, but there was they don't want you shouldn't be hyper vigilant all the time, because it will fucking kill you.
Yeah,
it'll kill you.
Work in your brain.
They want you to live in that yellow zone, not the red zone, but the yellow zone, where you're vigilant, but you're not always just like you said, the exact word, hyper vigilant. And that's where we need to exist, because a lot of us like to get down to that green zone. You know, it's another family dispute.
Especially when you go to the same place all the time, or deal with the same people, and then all of a sudden, it could be different.
Right. All it takes.
Now it's
you literally never know. You know what I mean? You literally never know, and you got to remember that. And there's nothing that will remind you quicker than an
this
event
guy,
like that.
That's 30 years of service, so he was close to retirement, and that's just kind of.
And I didn't know him, and none of these guys here did. I mean, it's an Ohio officer, but we had no connection with him whatsoever. But I go and sit in the funeral, and there is an hour and 40 minutes solid of them talking about Detective DelRio and everything that he accomplished. And this motherfucker was legit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was legit, man. He had done a lot of wonderful things in his career.
Speaking of that, coming together to honor him, part of the things that we have been doing are creating workouts to honor fallen police officers. And one of the workouts that we have in the works is one for Detective DelRio. Now, we still have a lot to cover about that workout, but it's in the works.
Yeah.
And it should be good time.
Right. It's gonna be amazing. If you were unable to attend Hopper, or if you saw some of the posts about it, if you saw the way that the community came together to support this event, I urge you. I urge you so much to come out for the next one, because it's just an extension of what we're talking about. It's an extension of, for one, we literally only do this to celebrate the life of that officer and the sacrifice that they gave, but to bring the community around to honor them in the way that we do, the way that we do is a beautiful thing, and we really hope that you'll come out and join us the next time that we do this, and I expect this one to be pretty significant.
I think so, yeah. It's close to home.
It is,
So,
it is.
Yeah, there's that. How about a recap of Monday's Hero WOD?
Oh, that one was a fucking killer.
That was awesome.
It was
Yeah,
fucking
it was
nasty.
It was awesome. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was running.
Oh,
For those of you who don't know,
Who picked that?
Jordan Blanton picked
Oh,
that
hey,
one.
Jordan. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for making me almost vomit.
It was a good time.
It was.
Yeah, thanks for making my shoulders hurt for a solid week.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember all the details now. So we started off with what, 200
I
meters?
remember. Yeah, it was
Meters?
4 rounds as fast as possible.
Yeah.
200-meter run. Excuse me.
11 thrusters.
11 thrusters at 135
pounds.
pounds. And if you don't
Which
know what
is
a thruster in, it is a front squat directly into a push press. That's probably not going to explain everything to you, but you can Google it on
And you
YouTube.
do it again, and then you do it again.
And you do it again. And 135 is heavy for a
That's
thruster.
heavy. What do you think about that?
Super heavy. So we use 135 as like a standard weight all the time.
Right.
And 135 has never felt heavier than it did this past Monday. I did 2 rounds at 135, and I was absolutely gassed. I was almost a complete round behind everyone, and I had to drop weight down to 95 pounds.
Which, hey,
just to
again, do we give a fuck if you have to do that?
no, not at all. It's
Never fucking once.
It's about completing the workout.
Right.
It's about completing the workout.
Did we complete it, mate?
And we all completed it. Even
That's
if
awesome.
I did. Oh, so what was that? So the 11 reps thrusters, and then what? 11 reps strict press,
Strict press.
which we also did at 135, which I
Yeah.
only did for 2 rounds, and then once again dropped down to 95 pounds. These guys did it all 4 rounds at 135 pounds, and then the last one was what? Bench press, which we all did at 135. Even if I did drop 135 on my chest 3 times in a row on the last set, because I couldn't function.
It was hard.
right.
They're hard.
And
So it's a total of
I've 44.
yeah, a total of 44 thrusters at 135, 44 strict press. There's actually a push press at 135, and 44 bench press at 135. All of those separated by 200-meter runs, which comes out to 1.5 miles of running.
Yep.
I think you and I completed in right around 35 minutes or something. We don't time these things usually, but a lot of times we like to at least keep an eye on the clock and see what we're doing.
It
and
helps
how
to
long
push.
takes.
Helps us to push
Yeah.
ourselves.
Right. And I had to leave at 1 o'clock, and I remember looking at you like 16 minutes from
we
it. And I'm
got
like,
to
we got to fucking do
We
this
got to
thing.
go.
And we
Yeah.
did, man. We put it in fucking overdrive. That was insane, man. And
When
I've
you
never
work
done
out at Y City, the worst part is you run down the hill and then you have to run back up the hill.
Yeah.
Brutal.
We were running up the hill at one point, and Harris says to me, "Man, it'd been nice if you'd have built this at the bottom of the hill."
I'd have liked to have ran down back to the
it
building.
is absolutely brutal.
It is, isn't it?
That just reminds me of the, what was it?
DVB.
DVB was.
We really should dedicate 15 minutes to talking about the DVB debacle.
Well, we will. That we can do.
Yeah, we can do it right now.
You
Fuck
should,
it.
you
So-
should really, hey, first of all, we want to throw out a disclaimer. You should really trust your sources for obtaining these hero WODs.
Right.
Because sometimes the improper placement of the word then will cause the difference between 6 miles and 1.5 miles.
It was 1 3/4. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 3/4 or 6 total miles of running.
Which is what I did.
With and we need to also say
Yeah.
it was while carrying a 20-pound wall ball.
Yeah.
So you had to run while carrying 20 pounds.
So that
of
was
weight.
the first, the second hero wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
the
first
second
one was me and you. Yeah.
So right now we are 6 hero wads in, and DVB was the second one, and I wrote marathon next to it because we overdid the run.
Yeah,
By
we
a
did
lot.
by what 5
5
miles,
miles.
4 and
Oh,
4 1/4
It was
miles.
miserable.
And then
carrying
what
the
happened
medicine.
was you were supposed to run you were supposed to cash or buy into the workout
1
with
mile.
a 16 meter or 1600 meter row, which is a mile. But you have to carry a wall ball while you do this, and then subsequently between each round you have to continuously do more runs. Well, it's really written for you to do that after a predetermined set of reps, but we
We did it between each
where we
set.
had found it, the website that it was posted said that you had to run at as the predetermined reps. So it ended up being 6 miles of running when it was supposed to be 1 3/4.
I think it took me an hour.
Oh, it took us forever.
Like an hour and
Yeah.
40 minutes.
I didn't
to
even.
do the whole
I didn't
thing.
even do it. I actually started scaling the running. So I think I ran about 3 1/4 miles while these guys ran 6. And I think did your wife Alexis run even more?
Yeah, well, I think she opted out of the last few weightlifting reps and said, "Hey, I'll be back. I'm gonna go run a mile."
Yeah,
And she was gone.
She did that by herself.
She was
Yeah.
gone. She just and mind you, our mile is just something that's tracked by our watch. So we're running basically just as far as the sidewalk would take us, and then
Back up
Yeah.
the hill.
then come back up the hill,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
a very unpleasant experience.
That was fun though.
That was
I
a good
enjoyed that
fucking
one
day,
more
for sure.
than any of them, just because of how hard it was. I think.
Endurance. It's different when you have to just do something over a long period of time versus like a 30-minute or 20-minute workout where
Yeah, or
you're
even
going
like a 3-minute AMRAP where you just balls to the wall as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Where do you put a 20-pound wall ball for 6 miles? You
Yeah.
got to take it with
Guys,
you.
you don't know. You just fucking.
You should see the
It's
people
on this
driving
shoulder,
down.
that shoulder here. Where
Yeah.
you never
People
fucking
driving
know.
down the road looking at you carrying like a 19-inch in diameter ball. They're like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Like people are wondering, like
Yeah.
carrying
Shoving their mouth full of McDonald's. They're like, this guy's retarded. What the fuck's he doing?
There's people on the
The
porch.
porch,
I don't
yeah.
mean retarded. I don't mean retarded in a negative way. I feel like I gotta keep saying this shit. 'Cause
It's
listen,
okay. Anybody
one
that
of these
knows-
days, all these videos are gonna come out. And they're like, oh, this motherfucker said some stupid shit online.
Yeah, we're working on it.
But you know what? I am what I am.
So that brings us to 1,200 hours on the 18th of November, our next Hero WOD. That's a Monday, but right now we are undecided on what workout we're going to do.
Right. Because
So-
as we have mentioned to you in the past, every week it gets picked by someone else. And I think, are we going to call somebody out that's supposed to be
Yeah,
doing
we're
this
going to call
workout?
somebody out. So one of the favorite parts of this podcast, at least according to some people who have talked to me, is the call outs. So first, we got to call out a unnamed coworker.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, one of our great buddies, a longtime member of our undisclosed police department,
Took on some challenges for
He took on-
November.
yeah, he did some pretty hefty challenges. What was the first one? Not shaving.
Not shaving.
Then it was not no nectar, meaning no alcohol.
Right, bush lattes.
Yeah, bush lattes. And
Bush
then
lattes.
the third one would be not to ejaculate at our yeah.
No nuts.
No
Yeah,
nut,
no
as
nut.
they call
No
it
November.
nut.
on the Twitter.
And let's see, he's still got one in going on there.
Yeah, that shaving's going
Yeah,
strong.
the shaving's going strong.
The beard
so
looks great.
Yeah.
good on you.
Yeah, good looking guy, but he definitely probably shot about a 10 roper
Yeah.
the other night. So hopefully,
He's
hopefully that
feeling
went
a lot
well
better.
for him and the woman that he loves.
Yeah, 2020 is your year though. November next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
You
you
got
I
it.
believe.
go right
I
ahead.
believe. We believe in you.
I will not be participating. I can't grow a beard.
Right.
So, right. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of neither can I. He can.
Yeah, it's coming in well.
It
It's
is,
lower
it
end,
is. It
but
looks
it's
good,
fine.
man.
So we have a coworker who has Mondays off, who's always talking to us about dieting, working out, all the things that are involved with that, but then he never fucking shows up
Oh,
to any
yeah.
of them.
So who is that?
That would be Officer Logan Miller.
That's Miller.
That's Miller.
That motherfucker.
Logan
Hey, listen,
Miller.
buddy. Hey, Miller, are you watching? we're all three looking at you.
Yeah.
And it's your turn to pick, and we expect to see you there. How about that?
I'll give you the list, and we're going to tag you when I post this to the Facebook group.
So make sure that it gets right to the source. And, hey, man, just come. Just come.
And once he starts coming out, he'll have a bunch of fun.
Yeah, just show up. Hey, bring your fucking kid.
Yeah, do it.
Don't have childcare? I'll watch him. I'll carry him around while we're doing the workout.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't care.
Yeah. That seems very safe.
I got a couple of them I know how to handle.
Yeah. So that.
Listen, parenting is easy. All you have to do is keep them alive.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah,
When
from
you
a
have
legal standpoint, yeah, I'm sure
When you
that's
have your
really
first kid, you're like, oh shit, fuck, this is insane. Like it's a human being. Like first you're like, I don't even know what to name him. This is a big deal. You're giving a human being a name. It's going to be attached to him for the rest of their lives. Well, you get past that, then they're home with you, and you're like, shit, everything I do might end this child's life. Like, I gotta feed him every minute. Okay, did it shit yet? I don't know. Like, oh my god, like what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, when the second one comes, you're like, I haven't slept in a while. Like, is it breathing? It's okay.
Okay.
When the third one comes along,
That's the same way he treats his dog now, too. The other day, his dog disappeared for 15 minutes. Came back, and he said, you're still alive. Congratulations. That was it. That was.
listen, survive through struggle,
Yep.
and you know what? We get stronger every day.
Good.
Good.
Good. And you know what? My third daughter, or my third child, which is a female,
Yeah.
is the strongest one of them all. Because
There
you know
you go.
what? I was like, go get him, honey. If you walk, we're good.
You can do it. All right, boys. That will conclude episode 4, I believe.
Oh, are we done already?
What do you think?
You should probably not take a lot of this advice on here about parental options.
Hey, listen.
It's working
Yeah,
out
it's
all
working
right.
out. They all know I love them, and they're semi-functional.
Yeah.
So, hey, we'll make it through life one way or the
We're
other.
all
right?
just semi-functional.